So, do you guys want to say your name and what you do in As It Is?
Hello, I'm Patty, and I sing in As It Is.
I'm Ben, and I play guitar and also sing in As It Is.
So, you guys have been on tour for a couple weeks now. How has your tour been?
It's been great.
Nice.
It's been really, really fun.
Yeah.
It's been nice as well, seeing more of Canada. We've never played outside Toronto before this tour, and this is our 5th Canadian city now that we've played, and it's been very, very cool. But it's been a very surreal tour. It shouldn't be a secret that we grew up listening to both the bands that we're on tour with right now. So to watch them every night and to get to know them as people and just kind of learn a thing or two about what they do and how they've done it for such a long time has been invaluable. It's been awesome.
Hopefully try and steal a few of their fans in the process for ourselves.
Not like physically steal them.
No.
But
steal their earbuds. Eardrums.
Have you guys seen any weird Canadian wildlife? Everyone always wants to see a moose.
Thank goodness we haven't, because we've done so many drives and it's been really foggy. I get stuck with all the nighttime foggy drives, and I drove us from wherever to wherever.
Calgary to Vancouver.
Yeah, and it was, I couldn't see 10 feet in front of the car.
I kept seeing loads of signs saying that there were going to be rams, deer, and moose. We didn't see any of those, so that's good.
I have lived here my whole life and I've never seen a moose, so
Really?
the odds are like...
Are they like unicorns or something?
Yeah, they're secretly...
Bigfoot,
we have
Loch Ness
unicorns,
Monster?
aka moose.
Yeah.
So a lot of bands have been emerging from the UK in the past few years, and you guys were the first UK band to be signed to Fearless. Do you think like you guys and like bands like Neck Deep and Moose Blood are really like helping other like smaller UK bands like give them more of like a we have a chance?
It's funny. I mean, I don't think we deserve that credit necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that we like pave any way for anyone.
But I mean, it is a fact that just kind of like when we started this band, we never expected that we'd get signed to a label like we have.
Or outside the UK.
Because bands like us, from pop punk bands from the UK, didn't sign to labels like Fearless and Hopeless. And now that that's become a thing, it's something that labels have continued to do, and it's something that international audiences have become invested in and taken the time to listen to and check out, and it's done wonders for the scene. It's done a really good thing.
It's really cool seeing, especially, we were actually talking about this the other day, bands like Boston Manor and Rome, like bands that 5 years ago wouldn't have been able to like play shows outside of the UK, and they're touring in America or Australia at the moment, and just like taking the UK scene internationally is it's really nice to see.
Very nice to see.
Yeah. And to be a part of.
Yeah.
So your new album, OK, releases on January 20th. What was different doing your second album over the first one?
It was a lot scarier, I think. It was a lot harder. I think it's just kind of, it's true what they say is just you have your entire life to write your first record. And then...
There's also no expectations from people for your first record.
Yeah.
And if you do a first record that people like, then you've set a bar, and now we have the task of trying to beat that and writing a better record and pushing ourselves, which I think we've definitely done.
Yeah.
I hope other people think that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there being certain expectations from people that has definitely made the process, provided the process with a lot more anxiety for us.
It was also a little more liberating, the fact that we didn't fixate too much on what our sound was and what our kind of limitations were. We wrote a lot more experimentally. There's darker songs, there's poppier songs, there's softer songs.
We banned the phrase "that doesn't sound like As It Is," and that we put a ban on that phrase being said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I like to think all these songs sound like As It Is, but when we were writing them, they didn't. They just didn't. Until there were lyrics and our voices, it was very weird. And I think it produced really interesting results, and a lot of the songs that I think we're more proud of are the more different on this record. So.
The album artwork and your single artworks and the website aesthetic is very like 1950s. Was it like a group choice, or did Does someone really like the 50s, or why did you go about the?
It's been purely coincidental that we all started dressing like. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's this very cool, intricate concept and image that just kind of coincides with the record.
At the moment, as the album cycle progresses, I'm sure a lot of it will become a lot clearer. But overall, conceptually, I think it was more just drawing of like the kind of mood that was going on in the 50s is very akin to what we see in the present day, and I think that will become clearer as the record comes out. So yeah, we don't want to give too much away yet. We want to kind of let the story unfold.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
So your music video for Pretty Little Mistake, if I'm not mistaken, is similar to the dance from Back to the Future?
Yes.
So if you had to go back in time, where would you go?
That's intriguing. That is an interesting question.
My initial instinct was I'd like to go back to a very like nostalgic time for me, like the early to mid 2000s.
We were alive then.
I know, but this is my reasoning, is that like I thought everything was so like, you know, exciting, and I don't know, I thought so many like bands and films and TV shows were so interesting and so perfect, and I'd love to go back jaded and critical. And like, you know when you go back and you watch a film that you loved from when you were younger and you're like, oh, this is shit. Like,
Yes.
Dude, Where's My Car?
That's
I
terrible.
thought that was the funniest film when I was like 10.
That has
And I
not
watched
aged
it like
well.
a year ago, and it's awful. And I'd like to go back and just kind of, I don't know, have that kind of jaded, cynical perspective on everything I loved.
Yeah.
Basically, I've just said I want to ruin my childhood and life. So, there you go.
I think just purely because I've been watching Peaky Blinders, I'd like to kind of go back to like the 20s, because I'd like to live without technology and know what that was like, because I find technology really depressing sometimes. So I'd like to live without staring at a phone screen 3/4 of my day. I think that would be quite
I
cool.
will add that that is your choice. You don't have to. You can launch it out the window right now if you really
I
want
could,
to.
but no one else runs Twitter, so it doesn't run itself, does it?
That's very true.
Like,
So you also have a song called John Hughes. What is your favorite John Hughes movie?
Mine is one called Some Kind of Wonderful. It's like a really nice, just kind of like coming of age movie. It's funny. It's kind of heartbreaking a lot of the time. It's nice.
I think, I would say probably Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink. Yeah.
Very good.
As a kid, it was Home Alone, but that was because I hadn't like progressed to the slightly more like adult John Hughes films.
Yeah.
As an adult, I have very strong sentimental attachments with that film.
On this tour, what song have you found that you get the best audience reaction from?
Horoscopes.
Horoscope surprisingly does well.
It does.
When people don't know us, like, and have never heard us, which is the majority of people on this tour, yeah, Horoscope seems to go down really well.
Yeah. It's just got this bit where I just kind of command everybody to jump up and down, and I shame people for thinking that they're too cool to jump. And then it does get like a pretty good response. So, yeah.
Do you find that that's different than, say, like a tour you would do in the UK?
It's different in the sense that that's kind of, it takes a lot of kind of conscious, like, demanding that people get involved. I think that's very much just because of the demographic of this tour. When we play to what we consider our demographic, a lot of people just kind of get involved more from the get-go. They don't take as much kind of convincing. Yeah, no, it's been going on well, to be honest.
So you guys already have tours announced up until mid-March, but what else are you hoping to do in 2017?
Yeah.
Not have people stop caring about us.
Yeah.
That is something I'd like to achieve.
Not break up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, I don't know. There are a few I'd like to do. Some like UK festivals that we haven't done, or bigger stages of UK festivals that we have done. That'd be cool. I don't know. Like, it's weird when you think about it because our lives are so like planned out. Like you said, like we know what we're doing almost every single day until the end of March. And sometimes the unknown can be like quite scary. Oh, what's going to happen next? So I'm excited to find out as much as everyone else is,
to be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and I have one more question. I ask everyone, if you had to use your own song or lyric to describe as it is to someone that had never heard you, what song or lyric would you use?
It's our most miserable lyric.
The one that you wouldn't let me put in Relive the Story.
That's a
Too
good
bad.
one. That's a good one. It was, I wonder if the air hates that it's touched me, and then the expanded lyric is, and wishes it could choke me to death, or something.
Yeah, you thought that.
It was just a bit funny, I just kind of laughed at it. I was like, that's not,
It's too dark that
Yeah.
it becomes like
that's
like
not
dark.
that's not torture, that's just quite funny.
Yeah, like it's like it then becomes like a dark comedy, where there's a line where something's like a dark drama, and then it goes even further and it becomes like a really like what do they call it, like black comedy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it crossed that line. So,
Yeah.
but those are the kind of things that we write, whether they sometimes make it into the songs. That represents us as people, though.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you guys very much.
No worries, thank you.